Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy, and welcome to a regular version of Android Weekly. Last week without the studio, and then we'll be back in for better quality. Alright guys, so to start off, we have a lot of news this week. Besides the Samsung announcement that happened today, we have Samsung and Jay-Z have hooked up to give away 1 million Galaxy owners, the Galaxy S3, S4, and Note 2 owners, to give away Jay-Z's new album. And so 1 million of these will be given to these Galaxy owners, and this is how it's going to work. June 24th, you can get a Magna Carta app on that day, and then on July 1st, if I believe I read that correctly, then July 4th, July 4th at 9 p.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern, you're going to be able to, July 3rd then Pacific, you're going to be able to unlock the album for 72 hours before it's released in stores, and only 1 million of you guys will get them. So try to get it right away, even if you're not too much of a fan. I mean, hey, it's a free album. Free is free, right? Alright. A new company called Geek made some headlines this past week. Now this is Geek spelled G-E-A-K, and it made a ring, NFC ring to be precise, that can, one, unlock your phone, and two, share your contact information, which is really cool. I've done this with Samsung NFC tactiles before. I put it on my business card, did that. I also put it on a case, so I could always unlock it. Did different things like that, but this is really cool just because it's a ring that has it built into it. I just really like that design as well. And it's only 30 bucks. This will be released in August 8th, and I'm hoping I can get it over here in the US because it is being released in China. But I'm going to try to get my hands on it. The other thing they did was a first smartwatch, what they call the world's first real smartwatch. It's a smartwatch with Android on it, full Android. It's its own device. And specs aren't that impressive, but I think we have more to look forward to later on in the year from Samsung, from Google, from even Apple, as well as who knows who else is going to make a smartwatch this year. Maybe Pebble will come out with another smartwatch, so the Pebble 2 or something. Alright, HTC confirms that Android 4.2 is still coming to the One. When? This is really funny, especially because so many people in the US think like, oh, it's already been released overseas. I'm like, no, it hasn't. It hasn't been released. I mean, the UK was supposed to be one of the first ones to get it, and I think it might have been released in one country, but I think it's just really a leak that has happened. That's the only thing I've ever heard of, that a leak did occur. We saw the leak, we saw what it was going to look like, but we haven't actually seen it. But it's still on the way. The reason why they felt they had to say this was because there's a lot of rumors going around that it's not going to be released anytime soon, and they're trying to dispute that. I would dispute it by releasing it, but I mean, whatever works. Nokia has passed through the FCC for the Lucid EOS, the 41 megapixel camera smartphone that will revolutionize everything. Maybe. We'll see how it is. It's definitely one of the first ones that I'm really interested in, and a lot of you guys have requested to see how a Nokia stacks up against the S4 camera, because the S4 camera has been both the One and the iPhone. So how does it stack up to Lumia? We'll see and find out. Samsung CEO did the world's first LTE Advanced phone. LTE Advanced is basically the next step in LTE. We do not have it available in the US, and we won't have it for 2 years, but it will be released in Korea, where they do have that technology available. Screw you. So yeah, unfortunately we won't get it in the US, but it's going to be there. HTC One is now the third best-selling phone in the US, and it hasn't hit Verizon yet, so keep that in mind. Now these numbers are supposedly very far away from the other makers. HTC is averaging around 1.2 million, not the 5 million that was supposedly leaked before. I knew that wasn't true, but yeah, so it's selling about 1.2 million per month. So you figure it's been out for about what, 3 months now, so it's done about 3.6 million, so which is still very good. But in the first 3 months, it's it's still far and away from like Apple and the S4, but it still maintained the third place, so which is really good for it. And definitely a step in the right direction. I can only wait to see what new phones they come out with. And speaking of new HTC phones, our last article of the day is HTC Butterfly S. It basically has the same exact processor as the S4, which is a 1.9 gigahertz Qualcomm quad core. So instead of the 1.7 that the HTC One has. You also do get actually 4.2.2 Jelly Bean. And the big thing about it though is two things. One, it has a 3200 milliamp battery, so that's a huge battery on par with like the Note as well as like the Razer Max areas. It does make it bigger, of course, but it depends if that's the sacrifice you want to make. And the other one that everyone should be happy with is that it does have a micro SD card slot, so it's very, very good for HTC users that did miss that. Alright guys, that was all the weekly news. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.